Does your shift linkage look like mine? Extra sloppy? Well, we need to get that fixed. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my channel. As you can see from the intro, my shift linkage is really sloppy. I have tried to tighten up the bolt on the shift lever here, and I just have not been able to get it tight enough where it'll clamp down and become solid. And now it's sloppy enough that it causes me to miss shifts sometimes. And my other concern is if this wears out enough that there's not going to be anything for it to bite to, and then I'm just not going to be able to shift. And I also don't want it to wear out the shift shaft that goes into the engine, because then you're pulling the engine apart to replace that. So what I've done is I have bought a new lever that'll go on the shift shaft. And then I also bought a new linkage because I wasn't exactly sure how everything came apart. And since this has a swivel here, if the other one is really tight, I will replace it with this new one. Now, I think this was $12 or $13. This was also $12 or $13. So it's a pretty inexpensive fix. So I cannot believe that I am the only one that has really sloppy shift linkage. So if this is you and you've tried tightening up the bolt on it and it hasn't worked, follow along and we'll get this changed and get everything tightened up and make sure that we get all of our shifts going and we don't wear this out. Right here, it's kind of hard to see. This is the shift shaft. This is the clamping bolt on the lever there. And I have cranked that down. And if I go anymore, and I've really had to crank it hard, it felt like it was going to break the bolt off, which would really cause problems. So I just want to replace this whole mechanism here, here and here, just to get it to where it holds on to that shaft and that I get clean shifts and I'm not missing shifts. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this bolt out here, and then I'm going to loosen this up, which I think that's probably a 10 millimeter. And then I've got to take this bolt all the way out because there's a little shelf in there that the bolt fits in. And once I get that all the way out, I should be able to slide that off, and then we'll get that linkage replaced. Now I need to make sure I keep track of where that is positioned so that it goes back on the same way. So it looks like this groove here kind of lines up with this bolt in the case. So I'm going to make sure I line that up right there. There. All right, this shaft is pretty dirty. I may try to clean it real quick to get all the teeth off, but just lining this up, getting it lined up properly without even hooking it up. I can already tell without any tension on it, this is going to hold a lot better. Yeah, and looking at this one, it's just, I don't know, maybe there's just some gunk and filth in there that's causing problems, but I'm going to replace it. And this linkage here, it's pretty loose and wobbly. You can see that maybe some of the wobble I had in there was coming from this, so I will replace this linkage here. Now to get this off, there's a C-clip. So I just have to take a screwdriver, pop that off, take that out, and then I need to measure the length of this linkage here and get this one set at the same length, which it's pretty close, and then tighten the locking bolts. I'm just going to spray this down with a little WD-40. And this is one of my chain cleaner. I want to try to get these teeth cleaned up. And this has got gunk on it from my, when I lube the chain, it flings off, and this is where it goes. All right, looking at the shift shaft, the splines on it look okay. And the other one went on really well. So I don't have any concerns about it. So the next thing I need to do is get the linkage changed. All right, I think I've got the lengths about right. I just need to tighten the locking lugs, or the locking nuts. Another note, if this is something you're going to do, this side is reverse thread and this side is a standard thread. So the nut, just keep that in mind, righty tighty on this one, lefty tighty, since this is left-handed thread, on this side. There's one other thing I need to do while I have this off, and that is replace this rubber. I went ahead and bought a new one because I've worn this out and this thing is really hard to turn, and I've turned it one time. You can see how it's worn on this side as well. So I'm going to get that changed while I have this off because that'll be a lot easier. All right, rubber piece has been changed. Linkage is ready to go. I need to put some Loctite on this, and let's start getting this reassembled. Now let's put the bolt in. This might be a little bit more difficult to see, but the shift linkage here, the shift lever, where it went onto the shift shaft, that was loose, wobbly, and bouncing around. And you could wiggle this whole thing around on it. And now I've got it clamped, it's in place. And now the only bit of play is just up in the linkage here, which totally fine and moving there. So I should be able to find neutral more easily, and I shouldn't miss shifts like I've been missing. So this was something I needed to do for quite some time. And I've got this torqued, yeah, and this torqued, so should be good to go. No more shifting issues, and now I have confidence that this isn't going to strip out on me on the trail. Sloppy shift linkage has been fixed, so if you are also having this type of situation, that's what you need to do. It cost me maybe $25. I think maybe with the rubber grommet, $28, shipping and handling $32, and now I shouldn't miss shifts. I can find neutral a little easier, and I don't have to worry about that stripping out. So hopefully you found this useful. I cannot believe that I'm the only one who has found my shift linkage to be sloppy. I imagine many of you out there, especially when you start getting up in mileage in the 20,000 plus miles, you're going to experience that. So I really recommend, if you're having that, it's really, really simple to fix, and it doesn't cost a lot, and it'll give you peace of mind. At least it will give me peace of mind. If you're looking for places to get it, aomc.mx, you can get parts lists from there, do the breakdowns, and get just the individual pieces that you need. I got mine from KTM World, so same thing there. I will leave links for those pieces to KTM World, at least to the exploded view, and then you can pull the pieces that you need. So now I have new linkage. I've got a new little rubber piece here, so I don't start wearing my boots out where it gets into the metal, and very happy with this very simple solution and getting the bike back in better running order. So hopefully you found this useful. If you've done this yourself, or if your linkage has gotten sloppy, let me know in the comments below so others can see that this is something that's happening and understand that it's a pretty simple fix. So I don't recommend trying to crank down on the lever shaft. I think eventually you may end up breaking that bolt off, and you don't want to do that because getting that out is going to be a real difficult thing to do. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching. Get out, do some riding, ride safe, and I will see you out there. Well, we should probably get that fixed. That's not what I wanted to say.